Hello, welcome to this week's edition of Saturday Night. My name is Thecla, and tonight we'll be playing host to a special guest. I call her special because she's a woman of many parts. Her name is Sally Nbanefo, and she's a DG of Nigerian Tourism Development Corporation. Yes, you heard me. She's here, and let's do the honors of welcoming her formally. You're welcome to Saturday Night. That's a very firm grip.
I know, people say that. I'm used to working with men, so okay. I just behave like them.
You have to man up, not woman up. Okay, that's good. Well, we'll unravel how much later as we bring you a special documentary on a trip I went to in Zimbabwe. Yes, it's related. We'll talk about that when we come back. Stay with us. Apart from playing host to one of the awe-inspiring wonders of the world, which is Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe has other wildlife attractions that draw tourists from different parts of the world. My first port of call was to a tortoise. Yes, I was told he's about 300 years old. Wow, he obviously has outlived generations of us humans. But sadly, this giant tortoise is on the list of endangered species. However, to elongate his lifespan, the tortoise is on a strict vegetarian diet.
He's a Galapagos tortoise. His diet consists of, he's a vegetarian. We give him fruits, we give him lettuce, oranges, and sadza. We feed him, basically he eats twice a day. Once in the morning and the other meal in the evening. In winter, during winter, like it's cold now, we beef up on his vitamin C through, we give him a lot of oranges.
Imported from South America, Tommy, as is popularly called, I'm told, is single, available, and always willing to strike a relationship with visitors. Having struck a relationship with Tommy the tortoise, I proceeded to the Lion and Cheetah Park to see if this category of wildlife would be as friendly. I was surprised to see the number of tourists who, like myself, have come to strike a chord with nature. You can see the female lion and the male lion are also quiet and peaceful. I can't believe I'm standing so close to a lion. So close to a lion. This is as good as it gets. I'd love to touch them. I'd love to do all of that. I'd love to see. Whoa! He just yawned. I hope you're not hungry. So relaxed was I that I explored the architectural embellishment of nature in the park, savoring the rough and smooth essence of it every step of the way.
I love, besides the fact that we've got wildlife here, it's also the rock formation that I see around, and it's probably a result of weathering elements. Nature has just taken its course over millions of years. It's quite a beautiful landscape that we see around here. So there's that harmony between the wildlife itself and the habitat itself. So it's a beautiful and very serene and tranquil place where one can just come and just breathe.
Done with that, I took a bold step to the snake world. There, I came face to face with poisonous snakes of different species. In utmost shock, I watched as fellow tourists took their turns to cuddle the snakes. To say I was scared is putting it mildly.
Touch it here now. Hey, you can hold it. Just hold it. Hold something.
No, let me use your hand. Oh my God! I'm holding on to a very big. What's the name of the snake again?
Python.
A python. Yeah. And it's how old?
3 years.
3 years old. Please don't blame me. I'm actually using one of my friend's hands to hold it. You know, it's so comfortable holding it with someone else's hand.
Don't try it at home.
Please don't try it at home. If you get one like this, don't try it at home. With some cajoling, I did the unimaginable.
You're looking so scared.
Smile, just relax.
I'm so bold. A snake is actually tied around my neck right now. And I can say I'm the bravest woman in the world. The snakes are not as dangerous as you think. I'm actually holding one. Come on, I'm only human. It's only natural to react to a poisonous snake breathing down my neck. For what it's worth, this experience is at least off my bucket list. That's one time experience. I don't know if I'll do that again. And so back to our guest, Sally. What do you think of that video?
It's beautiful, very nice. It just reminds me of where Nigeria should be. When we talk about tourism, that's where we expect Nigeria to emulate other countries that have best practices. We have other countries like South Africa, Kenya. There are just so many countries who are focused on tourism and they have their governments backing them. And that's what we would like to tell our new government. Please encourage tourism, encourage it in the constitution, encourage it in the allocations that you give us, and encourage us in the laws that you make so that tourism can be recognized as a contributor to the GDP of Nigeria. Tourism is the greatest employer of labor. Women, children. If you want to eradicate poverty, you have to create jobs. If you want to create jobs, you have to encourage the SMEs. And SMEs is retail, all the petty traders, and it is a retail activity, and that is what tourism is all about. Tourism is a retail and a private sector activity. So if we want to make profit or want to create revenue for the country, we need to involve the private sector, we need to involve the state governments to work with the private sector and to collaborate with us, the government, creating an enabling environment.
For the layman who is there and watching this program right now, if you talk about tourism, what are the core areas of tourism?
There's just so many. I don't know where to start. I've been just 2 years in office, and in my 2 years, I visited all the 6 geopolitical zones. I visited over 20 states. Let's start with Abuja, the capital city. Abuja is very good for ecotourism. For ecotourism, we have the Botanical Gardens and Zoo in Asokoro. That's a part of Abuja, beautiful, clean. Abuja is very green. That's a nice thing about it, and there's no traffic. So those are 2 things guaranteed in Abuja. We also have under ecotourism, Jabi Lake. If you get to Abuja, ask any taxi driver, Jabi Lake is beautiful. We also have the Zuma Rock, and then we also have the Gurara Falls. As you go away from Abuja, a little bit towards Niger, it's very nice. Then for art and craft, we have beautiful art and crafts village. It's really, really nice. And we also have the Clinton Pottery Village. We've been there, you make pottery with a machine, and then you also learn how to do it without any machinery. Abuja, it's beautiful.
One of the Clinton, you just mentioned Clinton.
Yes,
Is it related to the Clinton?
Oh yes, I have Clinton, yes. Clinton of the United States of America. He came to Abuja and he was so in awe of the pottery village that he opened it. So they named it after him, the Clinton Pottery Village. You have the tie and dye. We have a fabulous festival in November. We have the Abuja Festival. It's a carnival. Abuja Carnival is the kaleidoscope of all the carnivals in Nigeria, and they come to Abuja to exhibit, and we, the ministry and the tourism board, we hold and then it's just everybody coming to say this state, that state. Calabar Carnival, we have beautiful carnivals. Calabar Carnival is the best. That's where carnivals of all carnivals originated, and it's usually towards the end of the year in December.
Yeah, the way you've been talking about Abuja, don't be surprised if we have an avalanche of people
come in there. Don't leave. Lagos is also fabulous. There's so many fantastic states. There's Ondo State. There's Lagos. Lagos State is fabulous. If you like beach, you like sun, sand, and beach, Lagos is the place to be. We have amazing beaches there. If you also like history, the slave town. I have been to all these places that I'm talking about. I've been.
So you're an authority.
I'm an authority, so I'm speaking from experience.
Personal experience. Okay.
So in Lagos, you have the beach, sun and beach. Then you have the Badagry slave town. It's beautiful. It's not just about going to see the slave town. The traditional rulers, they're very, very intelligent. They have so much knowledge to share with you about the history of the different parts of Nigeria. So we've talked about Abuja, which is in the north. I will talk about other areas, but let's go to Lagos, because Lagos is an area which should really be the tourism center of Nigeria. That's what we would like Lagos to be. Let it be the tourism hub, because it is also the commercial hub of activity. Then we have we have festivals called the AU Festival. It's beautiful, it's exciting, and the nice thing about it is you can't predict and say it's this day. It's usually at different times of the year, but it's a beautiful masquerade. It's just like the Halloween. It's very similar to the Halloween that people celebrate in America and other parts of the world. And so that's Lagos State. You have amazing restaurants.
Okay, I want to ask this question. Have you ever tasted banga soup before?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, so as a tourist authority now, which place in the whole of Nigeria can I get real banga soup.
From my state,
Oh, really?
Delta State.
So is there a particular hotel where I can say, okay, I want to eat banga soup and I really, really, really need to eat the natural, super duper tasty banga soup?
I don't know about Delta State, but you can go to private homes. There's a home in Delta State, the home of a gentleman called Prince Ntdc. He has a beautiful, his whole home is a tourism edifice.
Okay.
If you go there, the table is Moroccan style, beautiful handmade architecture. It is so exquisite. They serve the best food there. It's private owned, but they allow strangers to come and visitors to come. In Adamawa itself, get a nice truck, travel by road. You have the Sukur, heritage. It's also a World Heritage Site. You see the way stones are beautifully, done into hearts. It's just so exquisite and fantastic. You also have the Mambila Plateau. As you drive towards Jalingo, this is all towards Taraba. So you're going now from Adamawa State to Taraba. In Taraba State, they're very rich. They're known as warriors. They're very tough people. Even the women, they're very, very strong women.
That's where you learned that handshake from.
That handshake is from many years of banking. So, in Taraba State, we go to Mambila Plateau. It is just a sight. You have to devote 2 to 3 days. So you arrive there, you go up Rocky Mountains, and you go there. Now, from the point of view of sports lovers, if you love sports, it's exquisite. You have what you call the Kaduna Fifth Chaka. If you love horses, I love horses, I love riding. It's a place for sports tourism. It's a 3,000 hectares of land. The weather in Nigeria is so, so fantastic for tourism because it's warm all year round. Sometimes it's humid, that's the rainy season. Other times it's dry and nice and cold and sunny. So depending on when you like, you can come to Nigeria at those times.
Have you witnessed any of the Algungu festival?
Oh yes, that is in the north. And then there's a festival in Ondo State. The festival in Ondo State is called the Mare Festival. It's a festival where M stands for mountain, athletics, running, and then people from all over the world come. They do mountain climbing, and I often go there. Every year I go and they invite me as a special guest.
Climb the mountains?
No, I go give out the certificates. And then if you go to, so that is Ondo State. Ekiti, you have the Ikogosi warm spring, which I mentioned earlier. You have warm water and you have cold water in the same spring that comes in. It's really nice.
You talk with so much passion. Honestly. And you've just been here for 2 years, you said?
Yes.
2 years?
Yes.
Passion, as in you are like, when you say when you're spinning somebody, when you're toasting somebody. That's how I'm feeling like, please come.
Come,
there's
Nigeria
so
is enticing.
much here, there's so much here too. And I'm sure people want to use their last penny. The way you're talking now, just watching you, being under your influence.
Yes.
In fact, those states will be selling. There's
we
no
must
doubt
sell.
about
Nigeria has so much to sell, so much. There's just so much beauty around us.
But unfortunately, a lot of Nigerians don't know these places.
That is why I went myself. We took pictures, we filmed some of them, and we put them in the papers. It's also on our website. Lagos alone, we have up to 6, 7, even 10 beaches. You have Kurame Beach, you have Snake Island, you have Eleko Beach, you have Badagry Beach, you have Takwabe Beach, Kuramo Beach. That's just Lagos.
But how many of them are functional?
Quite a lot of them. The ones I've mentioned are the functional ones, but we have much, much more beaches, many, many more beaches.
Okay.
But these are functional.
Okay.
You have Eleko Beach. Eleko
like
Beach
the
is
Badagry
beautiful.
Beach, back in the day, Badagry Beach was it, was it. But Badagry Beach of yesteryears isn't the same thing as the Badagry Beach we know now.
Well, I think whoever goes to Badagry Beach is not just going, the Badagry Beach is just an addition to the beautiful town of the slave town.
Okay.
You have a point of no return. They have an art gallery of all the slave relics. They have this story. It's very rich. It's very, very rich. The whole of Badagry is a town on its own. In Oyo State, I was talking about the beautiful tourism site they have there, the Agodi Gardens. You go and visit the Alafin of Oyo State. Very educated man. Even his daughter is involved in the tourism. They have also what you call the Shango Festival. The Shango Festival is celebrated in 43 countries in the world today. That's how popular it is. They celebrate it in Brazil, as you know, in Argentina, in Portugal, Spain, 43 countries in the world. They celebrate a Nigerian originated festival. So that's Oyo State. Shango you have in Osun State, you have Osun Oshogbo. That's another World Heritage Festival. It has been internationally recognized. And I've also met people who have studied PhD in the culture of the people of Osun State. That is a big deal. But somewhere very, very magnificent that you must visit is the Obudu Ranch. That is all in that area. It's in the Cross River State of Nigeria. You feel a certain form of elevation that you're near heaven if you're in Obudu Ranch.
Sure. If I allow you to continue, we will just talk about the places in Nigeria.
Okay, let me end it. Just the east. So I've covered the whole of Nigeria.
Okay.
Fine. You have to go there. So if you go to the east, you have in Anambra State, Obunike Cave, and there's another cave called the Ahum. Ahum Cave. It has lights. It looks like gold when you see the way the light reflects into it. With nice, clean, the water is very clean. Then you go to Abia State. I've been to Abia State. I've been to Enugu State. Enugu has a place, so you land, Enugu has an airport, you land in Enugu, you go to a place called the Udi Center. It's called a tourism center. And they call it a tourism center because it has about 4 caves, 4 waterfalls. So beautiful. You know, the road is like very nice. I'm the Cinderella of Nigerian tourism. Then Abia State, just for the last one, in Abia State you have 2 very, very important things. One is the historical importance, the Abia War Museum. You must have remembered as a young girl about the war in Nigeria. There's a museum that keeps all the relics, all the spares, all the planes that were used for the war, the tractors, the fighter planes, and even the underground journey that the warrior Ojukwu had to. Everything is beautifully preserved. It's very nice. It's very, very nice.
Just 2 years, you know about all those places. You visited most of the places you're talking about.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'll give you kudos. Saturday Night is giving you kudos for doing a good job in the tourism sector.
We're collaborating with the expatriate community. They've been reaching out to us, and we've also been embracing them and say, partner with us. Nigerians can market Nigeria, but who can best market an expatriate but an expatriate who lives in Nigeria and has experienced the warmth and the love of Nigerians? I haven't talked about the food, I haven't talked about the fabrics. This is from Taraba. This was given to me by the king of Taraba.
Oh, wow.
The Kukai,
they just give you the fabric
they
or
give
they
me
made
the fabrics?
it for you?
No, I make everything.
Oh, okay.
So there were beautiful textiles. Textile in Nigeria is becoming very, 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 very diverse and beautiful. And the food is just exquisite. We have food from different parts of Nigeria. If you go to Taraba, for example, I found out that they put pepper in everything. They put pepper in pap. They put pepper in everything. It's very interesting. Wow. Just very, very interesting.
Which one caught your attention the most?
Of what?
The food. In the whole of Nigeria, you have sampled quite a number of foods.
Yes, I like tuwo shinkafa.
Okay.
And I like amala with okra and stew separate so that you can mix it.
You know, when you say amala.
Amala.
Okay. Yeah. What about tourism site? Which one fascinated you? Which one blew your mind the most? Of all the places you have mentioned.
Oh, they're just incredible. Mambila Plateau in Taraba is exquisite. Then the life, the energy and the energy of Lagos. Lagos just captivates you. It would be nice if we moved our headquarters to Lagos because it's everything. By the grace of God, if the new governor-elect, congratulations, of Lagos State is able to do the rail, the monorail, that would make such a difference. I would take the rail. I would take the rail.
We'll take you up on that.
Yes.
As time would not permit us to go too far and too wide, let's come back to you. You were somebody before you joined the tourism.
Yes.
So let's know the Sally behind the Sally we know now.
Okay, thank you.
So for starters, where are you from? I heard you say Amala, so you're definitely not from the West. Amala. I'm not from the West, but
Amala. Okay, got it. I'm originally from Delta State.
Okay.
But I married into Anambra State.
Okay.
So that's.
When you say Delta, what part of Delta are you from?
Delta Igbo.
Igbo.
I'm from Ogwashuku. We have a carnival in my hometown, a big carnival.
Okay.
We wear red beads everywhere and we wear white cloth. That's our traditional outfit. not this. It's
Okay.
ashoke,
Okay.
but white ashoke. Then
Okay.
they do embroidery with blue and sometimes
Yeah,
with pink.
heavy beads.
Very
and
heavy
all.
beads, and that's what we wear where I come
Yeah,
from.
yeah.
You know?
But can you speak the language?
I speak it very, very well.
Okay.
I got you there. I speak it very well.
Okay.
Yes.
Say something to me.
Kakodi.
Odema, right?
That's right.
I just guessed.
Yes.
I
In the
just
East you
guessed.
say Kekodi, but for us you say Kakodi. It's
Kakode.
very light.
So you speak the language
I speak my
fluently.
dialect, yes.
Oh,
They sent me to my
interesting.
grandma and she taught me how to speak it. Because I came
Wow.
back, they said she looks so white, her hair is so straight. Where we have to make her very
But how
Nigerian, you
come
know.
your complexion? I mean, you would pass for a foreigner.
My mother
doubt.
is European. My mom is Italian Swiss.
Okay.
And my father is Nigerian.
But did you grow up here?
I grew up here mainly, yes.
Mainly? Tell us
Yes.
about it.
Oh, okay. I went to University of Lagos. I'm a
Okay.
lawyer. I
Okay.
studied law from the University of Lagos almost 30 years ago, 29 years ago.
Interesting.
Yes, 29 years ago, I graduated from the university. Then I have 3 lovely children. I was married 25 years ago, and I have 3 beautiful children. My first daughter is an architect. My second is 20 years old, and my baby, my son, is 18. And then I spent 21 years in banking to the executive level.
No. Let me digest this information. Let me digest this information.
Yes.
Are you telling me you're a mother of 3
Yes, from this tummy.
from this time? What did
Yes,
you do? How did you do it?
Do sit-ups.
How many?
You can do up to 300. You start with 10, then every week you build to 20, to 30, to 4. Before you know it, you're doing 100.
But for how long did you do it for you to get to this?
I don't know. Immediately after you have a baby, start your sit-ups. My
And
husband
you
was like,
never got under the knife. You've never gone under
no, I've always looked like this though. I was a bit slimmer. I've put on weight, but
the knife. This weight?
yeah,
What
I
about
was
us? What-
thinner.
what would
You
you
look
say?
beautiful and voluptuous. That's how a woman should look. Curves
So-
and fleshy. Men don't like skinny women. African men like us to have flesh.
So where do
So
we
I'm-
place you?
I'm African. I'm on my way to being like a real African woman, you know?
Okay.
So I'm much bigger than I was when I was younger.
Okay.
But I'm happy to have flesh because I think a woman is more attractive if she looks healthy.
Wow. So you say your first child is how old?
She's 22 plus,
22, and the last is 18.
18 years.
My goodness. You know you pass for a young girl who is just passing out from the university.
I hope not.
I'm not flattering you. I'm sure a
Thank
lot of
you.
people have told you that.
Not really.
Maybe they don't know.
They don't know. No.
And now he's on national
Because my
television.
children don't follow me around. But if you see my children, they're all taller than me. Then you wonder, are they her sisters? Or are they her?
Exactly, exactly.
But they boss me around so much, so they'll know.
Okay, now he's on national television. I'm sure people will say, come, stop bossing your mom around.
Yeah,
Stop
I like
bossing
it.
her
I
around.
love it.
Oh,
I
you
don't
love
mind, I
it.
don't
You
mind.
love
I'm the
it.
boss. Somebody has to boss me.
All right. Okay, so for how long were you in the banking sector?
I was in banking for 21 years.
21
Yeah.
years.
Then I was in oil and gas for 3 years, upstream oil and gas
Wow.
at executive director level. Then I was in manufacturing. I was a director in Coca-Cola, and I was a director in Lafarge Cement, WAPCO, Nigeria PLC.
My goodness.
Then 2 years now I've done in government.
Can I ask you a question? Are you
Yes.
restless?
Am I?
Are you restless?
Yes,
You
I
are
am restless. Yes, I have a lot of energy. So I always need to. That's why this
To
job was
expel it.
exciting because as soon as I arrive, I start traveling everywhere.
Up and down and
Yes.
discovering and
Yes.
showcasing these
Yes.
things to
Yes.
Nigerians because quite a number of Nigerians don't even know how to relax and enjoy themselves.
That is it. You've got the nail on the head. We need a change of culture. Nigerians, we need to learn how to work a little and relax a little.
Yes.
And we have so many things going on, and
And we have Sally, who is always dressed
Branded.
with green and white green.
then tourism.
Why do you always do this?
I think it's important as a Nigerian that I look and act proud to be Nigerian. Nigeria has so much positivity, so much to be grateful to God for, so much to sing and praise Nigeria about, that if I walk around like this, people will look again and say, oh, Nigeria. They'll think Nigeria. It often works when I'm abroad. People wave and say, oh, thank you, madam, for wearing, because they recognize the flag, you know? So it's just to show my patriotism.
Like an ambassador.
Yes, you are selling Nigeria without even talking. By just dressing like this, I'm saying tourism, Nigeria. Come to Nigeria, bring all your money, come and spend your dollars in Nigeria. In
So-
Nigeria, for example,
Okay.
it's the only country, Nigeria, where ambassadors who are posted to Nigeria, foreigners who come to Nigeria by posting for a limited period of time, after their assignment, they refuse to go home.
That's true.
They refuse, they change, and they start their own businesses, and they go into collaboration with Nigerians, and they stay here and they work. That means that Nigeria is good. Nigeria is the best secret in Africa. You must come to Nigeria to invest your money.
Okay, so let's go back to Sally again. You know, I'm so fascinated by the package. Really, I'm so fascinated.
Thank you.
Cinderella who knows how to do the job.
Thank you.
You know, you're soft, you look delicate.
Oh, that's nice. I don't think my staff would think so. I'm very tough.
Okay, is this just a facade?
I am soft.
Okay.
I am soft in that I care.
Okay.
I am soft inside.
Okay.
But if you're soft, you need to have a hard exterior. You mean I don't look hard outside?
No way. Apart from the handshake?
Let's try it again. Okay, very good. Yeah.
So how do you relax? How do you unwind?
I paint. I'm an artist. I paint,
really?
Yes. And that's why I've enjoyed this tourism, because it's all about art, all about crafts, nature. I paint.
Okay,
that help them.
Let me ask you this question. You know, you have so much going for you. You've done so much already. I mean, you've climbed the steps really fast and high. Are there other things in your bucket list that you haven't achieved? The things you want to achieve, apart from this tourism? I know if we go on tourism again.
I'll zoom off. I'm going to Kano. I'm going to Kano next month.
What's your greatest fear?
Okay, maybe heights a little bit. When I went to Jos, in Jos you can climb up the mountains. It's really, really nice. And one time I climbed up and I was scared to come down.
So you eat, drink.
So
you
heights,
eat, drink, talk, sleep, tourism.
That is how it should be. That is how it should be for Nigerians. There are just so many places to go to.
You want to know Sally the more?
Oh, my daughters, I have beautiful daughters. Come and know my daughters. They're becoming of marriageable age. I want to be a grandma and I can retire and just be a guest here.
National television, please. We need not just any man, the right ones to come fill in the gaps. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So if you think you fit that bill, apply.
Take commission.
It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor having you on Saturday night. Believe me, would like to bring you back.
I've enjoyed myself. It's been very friendly, and you're quite knowledgeable about tourism, so I'll go sharpen my brain when I come in next time.
In fact, next time it will be part 2.
Yes.
This is just 1 minute sit, you know.
Absolutely.
1 minute sit. So it's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Thank you so much
for
coming. And so viewers, on that note, I want to say thank you so much for staying tuned to this week's edition of Saturday Night. Until next week, like I always say, be kind to one another. Stay well.
Thank you.
Yeah.